late. I lost my notes and I couldn't find them. And then I found out they were just sitting right here on my table. And it's like, man, I looked all over for them. I'm like, I gotta hurry and find these. The video's starting now. Anyway, welcome. This is Todd, and we're gonna get started and talk about this cool three-part or three-figure set that, believe it or not, was under $60. I just cannot believe that I got this set for so inexpensive. Now, when this set was first released, Big Bad Toys had it for $109.99. I'm sorry, $209.99, and PowerCon had it for $165. So it was a much more expensive set than this guy's selling them for. So when I got it in the mail, it came to me just like this. No outer box, so that's something you're paying for too, is not to have the outer box. And it literally had my address label, just I could still feel a little stickiness right there, right on there. I just pulled the address label off. And so if you do buy from this guy, it is expected it's going to be basically like loose because the boxes are damaged. Hey Charles, thanks for joining us. So let's go ahead without further ado and get this open and take a look at those PowerCon 3-pack figures. And you guys can see exactly what the guy sold me. And I have the link in the description if you want to get your own set. I can't believe it's only less than 60 bucks. And what's crazy too, originally when I got it, there was shipping and handling, and now there's not. He sent me a text, or not a text, I guess it's still a text, a message from eBay. And he said, hey, when you make your video, tell everybody right now, free shipping. So it literally is 60 bucks, except for your taxes. You still have to pay taxes depending on where you're at. And it's like, dude, free shipping, that's awesome. And then he even went a step further, and he was so kind, he actually sent this to me for free. He actually refunded my money. I didn't expect him to. I didn't ask him to. I was going to buy it anyway. And it was so cool that he's like, you know, man, you helped me sell so many of those 5-packs that I'll just go ahead and send you this for free. But I had no intention of just getting it for free, but that was an awesome, awesome thing the seller did. So anyway, I'm still trying to get this tape open. Open. There we go. Now I'm ripping it. Hooray. Hooray! PowerCon exclusive! Hey, Imperial, thanks for joining us. Yes, Rio Blast will be cool. Look at that. And so remember, this whole set was under 60 bucks. And in the package, it doesn't look that damaged to me. It had a pretty nice safe trip here. And so cool. So we have Slamurai. We have some Snake Troopers. When you think about it, that's like 20 bucks a figure for classics. That's like unheard of right now, especially still in the packages. Oh, so cool. So cool. All right, with that, let's get these open. Let's get it open now. Carlos. Hey, you got here on time. Thank you, Carlos, for joining us. I love the box art they made for this. Hey, before we jump into this box art, let's talk about where these came from. So these were originally, let's see if it tells in the box anywhere. It is not telling the box anywhere. Back in, I think it was 1988. It might have been 89. They had some unreleased figures, and here are the pictures from those figures. And you can see here we have our Snake Trooper here. Here is Strobo. This is not included in this set. And then we have our Slamurai. And we got another figure. It's not included in this set. And then we have, again, the Snake Troopers. Snake Troopers. Then we have Slamurai. So you can see these were the artwork that they used to design the figures originally that were never produced from 1988. I think the guy's name was Ed something. I forget. If you know his name, put it down in the comments for me so I can announce it to everybody. And so those Those are the drawings that inspired these figures. Now, what's interesting is these figures don't show any color. So they had to figure out what coloring they were going to use for the figures because he just drew them in black and white. And we saw some pretty crazy color combinations with this guy here and with this guy here. And I didn't print the other ones out, but it's so cool. So cool. I think I got these pictures from the Battle Ram website. So check out their site. They got some really cool stuff, and they got a lot of history of Masters of the Universe. It's unbelievable. I'll find myself sometimes getting ready to make a video, and I'll go and research, and then I'll find out that Battle Ram has already done it in his website. It's like, oh, well, that's funny. But anyway, let's get this open. Let's get it open. Is that the only piece of tape? There's got to be more tape than just that one. Just cut that tape right there. Right here. Okay, there's more tape. I figured there had to be more tape somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. Hey. One more. There we go. All the tape has been cut. Would have been a fun little Easter egg if they would have included those black and white printouts I just showed you inside the box. That'd have been kind of cool. Dun, dun, dun. I still can't believe it. The price is amazing for these three guys. That is like unheard of. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the accessories. We got the blue bow. Come on out of there. Now, I'm not a fan of this because it is stuck inside. The arrow is stuck as part of the bow, and I've never been a fan of that type of design, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. And then we have his quiver, and this actually connects right onto the quiver, so you can have it either down like that, so the arrow's in the same spot, or you can turn it over and have it facing up in the quiver like that, depending on what you want, how you want to position it. Let's get these out of there. I remember one time I was going to buy this set. I was going to pay $300 for this on eBay because I wanted another Slamurai so I could have an alternate version of him. And I thought, okay, I'll take Slamurai, and I don't care too much about the snake guys. I'll just go ahead and resell those. And so that was my plan, was to take Slamurai out of here and then resell the snake troopers. But for this price, I'm just going to go ahead and just keep them. What the heck, right? I mean, granted, they're not awesomely amazing. They're just basically Horde troopers. But the cool part about these Horde troopers is they are black and gold. So I might make a 3D printed head in black to make some black Horde troopers. Now, I said that years ago that I was going to do something like that, and I never did it. But I think now I'm a little more talented at it. I think I can do that. So that would be cool. All right, before I... those are tight. She's tight. You didn't know this is a female snake, did you? All right, let's go ahead and get out some Horde troopers. I want a regular Horde trooper, not a custom one. And you can see some things are a little different. For one, he has Hordak feet. Hordak feet. Yes. And he has snake type legs like we've seen with King Hiss. So he's got the king hiss legs. And you have to always tuck that top piece in. There we go. Just popped right back out. But the arms are the same. The armor's the same. And of course the head is completely different. So it's kind of a cool new build. You know, I'm going to go back to the original artwork and let's take a look and see. And sure enough, yep, they gave him King Hiss's legs. You can see that right there. And you can't really make out the feet on these guys. But you can see he does have, well, of course, if back then the legs were one piece. So if he had King Hiss legs, he would have King Hiss feet too. So there you go. But it does look like that could possibly be a Horde Trooper feet. Oh, not Horde Trooper, but Hordak feet there. But that just might be the way the drawing is. Unless they're going to make a new leg just for him. All right. So if you were to go like I did with my custom Batman here that turned into a black Horde Trooper, I just took and painted the head black to match. And if you did something like that, that could be pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and bust out the other snake. Can you use plastic eggshells for helmets? Huh. That's an interesting idea. I've never tried that before, but you could just get some cool eggs and do that. Let's see. I'm not going to rip that out of there. I'm going to destroy it. And I don't want to destroy it. Oh, there's one more. One more to that little paper dealy bob. There we go. So this is in case you wanted to use, it's not really paper. It's a pretty flimsy material, whatever it is. It feels like that Tyvek stuff you get when you're going to go paint your house. I'm sure it's not, but it's what it feels like. I'm sure this would not be very sturdy. And then after you put it on him, you tie on the belt. It's got Velcro to hold it in place. All right, let's pull out the other snake guy. Hello from Puerto Rico. Welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad I did not buy that set for $300 a long time ago. It was actually on Big Bad Toy Store, and they had it just sitting on there for a long time. Oop. And I know people wanted the snake guys for army builders, so I figured, okay, if I was to get it, I could easily sell the snake guys. Ugh. So here is the other snake trooper. Now I usually keep my snake troopers in the same box that I keep my older pretend line figures. So like King Grayskull and Hero, and I do have a King Hiss in there too. That way I can pretend like they're from the past, from a long time ago. I'm not really sure the exact storyline. I guess I could read the back of the box someday. But there we go. All right. So here are my two new ones. Oh, and here are my two old ones. So now I got a troop of snake horde troopers now. Oh! That's fun. All right. Let's put the old ones back into the pile over here, and let's get to the main event. The reason why I bought this set is for Slamurai. Slamurai. All right. Let's see. Use two hands, you know, for the plastic tabs. Just cut them off now. Cut them from the back. It's much easier than cutting from the front. So I don't damage Slamurai. Any more tabs on that? I don't feel any. I don't see any. Oh yeah, he's got one around his waist right here. There we go. Why is he still so stuck in there? Ugh. That was loud. My wife's probably wondering what the heck is going on in there. All right, so here he is. Slamurai. He's got an alternate head here. And he has his cool sword that he can use. He's got his backpack ready to go. Now, I am not going to put the cloth sheath on him, even though it is an option. I am just... give me your nunchucks. I like to put the nunchucks here. They seem to work better there than the sword does. And then we'll put your arrow and bow. And then we'll stick your little sword in here. I should have brought some hot water to heat this hand up. That's a tight fit. 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 You can do it. Now what's cool about this figure is he is all white. He is as white as you can get a figure with a little bit of gray tones on him for shading. And it's like kind of a cool, rare figure. Now, he's made to be the counterpart of... Dun, 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 dun. Where's he at? Here he is. This guy here. Oh! Ninjor. So we have Ninjor and we have Slamurai. Now, when I grew up as a kid, I used to watch a lot of movies. And I remember, you know, seeing the whole samurai, ninja type movies. And I know that samurais and ninjas were developed by the same people, but they're different. They wear different clothes. They do different things. So I'm surprised they came up with the name Slamurai. Now, I don't think that was the original name they had for the figure when they first designed him way back in 1988. So I wonder what Ed thought of the name was going to be when he drew this picture. I seriously doubt it was Slamurai. I think there were fans that came up with that name, and Mattel just took it. And so in light of that, I'm not a fan of this armor. Now, I do like the black and the white idea. It reminds me of G.I. Joe kind of stuff. We have Slamurai, which is the good guy, and we have Ninja, which is the bad guy. And it's funny because in G.I. Joe, it's the opposite. The guy dressed in the white suit is the bad guy, and the guy dressed in the black suit is the good guy. So it's kind of funny how they kind of swapped it on us here. But for my Ninjor, I actually want him to be more stealthy because he's got red on him, too much red. And so I made my stealthy version here, where I made him all in black, except for his symbol on his chest, of course. So as he's walking around being Mr. Stealthy, he could, not have big old red boots and red hands. And I gave him human feet and human hands instead of the evil hands and evil feet. And I made his bow and arrow actually work, so you can actually shoot arrows. They don't shoot really far, but they do a little distance. So that is my custom version of Ninjor. So I have Ninjor and Ninja. And, of course, yin and yang, yes. Uses Jitsu's head. Actually, I don't think it's Jitsu's head. They have their own head on there. Are you saying to use his head? Anyway, so he also came with an alternate head too, where it's just basically the head that's used by Cyclone, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay, why not? So if you get this cool beast man, and I have a link in the description from Amazon. Right now he's on sale for $14. I think it's like $14.90 something probably, so $15. And if you get this cool ninja set beast man, you can do something like this. And now he looks more like a samurai. Now his head, I had to use the head of the rock to fit in there, because his original head obviously doesn't fit the helmet on there, and his point on the back blocks the helmet from fitting too. So I used the rock's head. Doesn't make sense to have the helmet on there anyway. So that's actually the rock underneath there. Oops. Oh, now I lost an O-ring. I had to use some O-rings to hold his head on, obviously, but I was hoping to pull it off. I used some poster putty to stick that on there. But it's cool as it lines up with his eyes. So that's kind of a fun little thing. So this is actually the rock's head. There we go. And then I used all the armor from that beast man to give him more of a samurai look. And he's got the big shoulders, he's got the helmet. And then I used the 2000X Samurai He-Man in order to add the cool bouncy shoes and the samurai sword. So I am loving this custom now. So I do have a link in the description also for the Samurai He-Man as well. So there you go. So if you want to make this cool, awesome guy, you need 3 figures. First, get the set for only $60 or less than $60. Free shipping. Links in the description. And then get the Beast Man from Amazon. The link's also in the description, and he's less than $15. And then if you want to add the sword and the stilts, then you need to get the Samurai He-Man. This is not needed, the stilts and the sword. I just like the extra touch. The colors don't totally match anyway. I could have just left them off, but there you go. So cool looking, adding the Beastman parts to him. Ugh. Stay, shield, stay. I should put a heat shrink tubing on there so it stays on his hand better. All right, so there we go. Now I have my 2 Slamurai, which is what I wanted. So after you customize it, you don't want to keep taking the stuff off and on to get back to normal. So I am glad I got the second one. So cool. So cool. All right, let's look at your guys' comments. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see. Yes, they do use hot water. Oh, yeah. You can put classics, and you can swap out classics and Origins heads. I do it all the time. In fact, my main He-Man for Origins uses a classics head. Where is he? There he is. Hold on a second. So let me go and pull out my Origins He-Man. Here he is, and that's actually a classics head on there from the other PowerCon 3-pack that came out the same year. And that's actually the Prince Adam head. And it's on an Origins figure. I just think it looks cool. It just looks so reminiscent of the original He-Man comic that came with the toys. And then I used the classics armor on him instead of the armor he came with. So classics armor, 3-pack head from Prince Adam, shield from Masterverse, and then my own custom sword. And then if I use the battle axe, where is the battle axe? I just use the standard one he came with. It works just fine. So that is my Fleaman Origins. We're not here for Fleaman Origins. We're here for Slamurai. So, but you asked the question about the head. So yes, it does work. All right. So let's look at your guys' final questions. I have 3 unopened Origins. would love that maskless head. You mean this head right here? That is pretty cool. Oh, Matthew got 2 of the Slamurai sets. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I just can't believe it's so inexpensive. And it was funny too. I still can't believe that guy refunded my money after I bought it. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do that. He goes, no, it's okay, man. Your video helped me sell a bunch last time. I'm like, okay. So I still need to make these heads black. I need to make some black Horde Trooper heads. I like the idea of using the egg, though. I should see if I can find an egg and stick it in there and see how it fits. That'd be just crazy, having this shiny black egg in there or something. I just don't like the idea of the Horde Troopers being live humans or live anything. You can see he's got robotic stuff still inside there. That's why I didn't like the Horde Trooper that they sold on Matty Collector, because it has a little guy inside of it. And it's like, you just can't go around blasting all these guys. That's so anti-He-Man to do a bunch of killing. But robots, you can smash them all day long. Wonder how AI feels about that. But, you know, so I love doing my giant Horde Trooper. Oh, boom, 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 boom. It's just a big, giant, massive robot of stomping power. Let's turn the lights on. Turn on those eyes. Oh, there we go. Get the head back on there. Oh, I shall smash. I know people complain that my head on here is too big, but I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway. Yep, $60, not just for Slamurai, but Slamurai and the 2 snake guys. Ho ho! So if you wanted to build your army and get some custom heads to put on there, you can make yourself some cool black Horde Troopers. And you can even use the black Horde Troopers even with your Origins as giant Horde Troopers, which would be kind of fun that the black armored robot ones are extra sized. Or you can use them with your classics, which is what I plan on doing. But I need to get some new heads for them, because I am not a fan of the snake heads, which will give me more snake heads to mix with my my army builder snake men that I got. They are cyborgs or dead already. Oh, they're zombified snakes with robotics. That is morbid. They've been reanimated by the Horde, which is what they did with Megator, if you remember. The new Megator they gave us with the zombie head is supposed to be reanimated by the Horde, and he fights for the Horde now. Interesting. I guess I should read the back of that box. The print is so small on it, though. It's just... oh, I don't know if I can read it or not. Let's see. A host of snakemen soldiers followed Lord Grasp when the unnamed one sent him to forge the alliance with the Horde Prime. That is so small. Let's see. Grasp's troops with Horde world science, surgically enhanced with bionics and transformed into self-repairing cyborgs. Oh, wow. The hapless soldiers were also lobotomized and connected to their central computer brain of Horde troopers. Wow, that is just messed up. They lobotomized. They have no thinking power on their own. Slamurai, an honorable warrior who protected his home. There you go. From Ninja or... I'm not going to read it all. It's very small print. But thanks for the update on that. So these are lobotomized snake men that are hooked to the Horde main computer that have bionic parts. You know, if you're going to do that much, why not just replace the heads too at that point? Just lob their head off. Yeah, I know. I don't like the struts being on the inner part of the leg, but it has the curvature right here on the outside, and it would look weird swapping them. I do wish this was on the outside. It'd make a whole lot more sense than having it on the inside. So you have to kind of almost take the legs and bend them a little bit out, which is, of course, the way all the He-Man figures stand. So if you do that, then you can have the stilts looking a little better. But yeah, it's kind of weird. But I tell you, using that Rock's head is perfect. I tried all kinds of heads. Finally, it was the one head that fit the helmet, because most of the heads don't fit because they're hair. But his hair is so slicked back, it actually worked. And I don't think it's the Rock from the Origins. I think it's the Rock from the WWE set. Thanks, Adventure and Brush. Yep. Todd, can you sell the snake heads? I'm not sure if I plan on selling them or not. I haven't gotten that far yet. Usually I don't put classics on the chopping block very often. So I shall see. But if I do end up making more heads, I may end up using them for army builder heads. I'm not sure. Or I may end up selling them. I haven't decided yet. Nice. Now, you know, Juan Soto, you can get a whole pack with heads and bodies for less than $60. So that's like $30 a head if you wanted just the heads. I know it's still kind of spendy, but you could go back and resell all the parts separately and probably make back the majority of your money. My light is dying. Where is my plug? There it is. And I got a fresh charged light. Look at that. Freshly charged. All right, I'm going to end this video soon. So check out your guys' final comments. Just got a Mondo He-Man. I'm a little disappointed in this V2 one. Oh. Yeah, I love the version 2. You know what your problem is? I'll tell you your problem. If you just got the new He-Man, you are missing one important thing, man. And that is left and right. What do we have in here? New gauntlets. These gauntlets look so much better on those Mondo He-Man figures than the ones they come with. And they're specially made for the left and the right side. I got a bunch left still that I haven't sold. They still have to be sanded and painted a little more before they're ready. But if you want some, man, contact me on Facebook or eBay, and I will sell you a set. They look so much better once you put those on. Anyway, I think I'm done. I think I've covered everything. I do like my Batman one, though. This light is just not working. I just charged this thing. It showed blue and everything, but it is just dying. Maybe that's why I had it tossed to the side to begin with. Let's try this light instead. There we go. Nice and bright. Sure, the time's gone by, but like I said, I don't know about selling the heads, but definitely the armbands. You know what? Let me go grab my He-Man so you can see what it looks like on there. It is so much cooler. Now it's funny, I originally made them because I made my own custom Titus. And I wanted Titus to have these wristbands on. And move Mr. Stilts Man. There we go. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. And you can see how those look on there. Way better than the ones they designed. Way better. So that, I just couldn't stand the ones they made. They were just off center and yucky. See, I just got mine. How so low? The reason they're so low is the boxes are damaged, and they just send the box to you just in the mailer, and he just throws the label right on the mailer. And so because the boxes are damaged, he's had them for years and just couldn't offload them. And so it's like, dude, that's awesome you got them so low. So yeah, they're way better. I don't know why they didn't do it themselves. And it was so annoying too because they were different, and that just drove me crazy that the two sides were different. And so, yeah, it does look way better. It's cool for the Thunder Punch. I made clear red ones, and they look really cool. I'm not going to make any more of those. It's too much of a problem. When these boxes are empty, I'm not going to make any more. These are the last ones. They're just a pain to make, and so once those are gone, that will be the end of them. All right, anyway, I think I'm going to end this. The original price. I am glad you asked. The original price at Big Bad Toy Store for the 3-pack was $209.99, and at PowerCon it was $165 for the 3-pack of those figures. And I think at PowerCon you had to also pay for a ticket. So you had to pay for a ticket, and then you're $165 plus shipping. So it was quite a bit more spendy. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Just trying to get the belt. It's a pretty cool looking belt too. So yeah. Yep. And it's fun because now you got the match set. And I've always loved that, the G.I. Joe. Those are my two favorite guys. The Snake Eyes and Shadow Storm. The weapons feel so hollow too. Not sure what you mean, man. You must be on Mondo. Yeah, they do feel hollow. That's weird. I never noticed that before. That's funny. I know at one time I had the metal sword in his hand from the letter opener they gave. That was kind of cool, but anyway, what was I doing now? Oh, check this out. This gun is Queen Marlena's gun. And in the original, and it's based on the movie from the 1987 He-Man movie. And it's what the troopers used in the He-Man movie. So I went and bought a ton of Marlena, Queen Marlena figures, just to have the guns. And I remember selling them all individually, made a bunch of customs, sold all the cringers off. And now all my Horde troopers, they all get the gun. See? So I have it on almost all of them. They all get the cool gun from the movie. But that was the only way to get them, was you had to get the Queen Marlena set. But I like it because, like I said, it's the guns they had in the 1987 movie. And it's like, really? They couldn't have sold that like in a pack for those of us that like that kind of stuff? So, and then I made some custom ones like this where they have the two guns. Blam, blam, blam. So that was kind of cool too, swapping parts out. And then I made the purple people eater. Oh, trooper with the spare heads. Even gave him purple hands. Purple hands, man. And then I made this scuba one. Scuba Doo. And I gave him flipper feet from Hydron, I think his name was. And then I made this cool gun that looks like it's a harpoon gun. The Marine Troopers. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I got a He-Man Trooper too. Now I've remade this guy numerous times. My He-Man Trooper. If you look inside, you can see he's wearing his He-Man armor. Now I know in the cartoon it's actually Prince Adam in there, but oop oop oop. Now I'm knocking figures over. And then I used a heat shrink tubing to cover up the mechanics for his belly. But one time I used a Ninja body inside here, and it took a lot of work to break the torso apart and swap out the arms and the pieces. And I ended up selling that one, but you could see his abs. It was kind of cool, but I ended up, like I said, selling that one, just going with that. All right, let's take a look at your guys' comments. Adventures of Brush says, "Hey Todd, do you think we will get a movie toy line for the new movie?" I don't see why they wouldn't do that. If the new movie comes out and it's a hit, they're gonna make figures. Super Trooper Duper Pooper. There you go. Mondo He-Man's weapons. Yep. I'm guessing he must have bought like a whole bunch of stock. Uh, like I know um, sometimes Mattel will do that if they have damaged goods. They'll just sell off cases of them to people. So I'm sure he's not losing money. I'm sure at some point he got them really cheap. Kind of like when they sold all that stuff to big lots at dirt cheap prices. I'm sure it's the same kind of deal. I don't think he paid full price because the boxes were damaged. But, you know, he found them. He bought them in bulk. We get them really cheap. It's a win-win-win-win-win. A new subline of Masterverse for the movie line. I could see that too. You gonna get Masterverse Panther? I am, just to make the helmets, because everyone has asked me to make the helmets for the new one. So I'll be getting the new Masterverse Panther so I can produce a helmet like this for it. I'm going to go back and remake it from scratch, I think. I'm not going to use the one I already made for this one. So it's going to be a full remake just for the new Panther. So, yes, I'm getting it just for that one purpose, just to help people out that want to get a different helmet. That is the only reason. It is the same guy who I bought the 5-pack PowerCon Power Lord figures from. Yep, it is the exact same guy. Good call. Let's see. FYI, damaged box item. The figures are mint. Have never been removed from box. Yes. And like I said, it just ships right on the white box. Like when I got mine, he literally just had the label just sticking right here, right on the box. Nothing special about it. So it is a little scary wondering how the postman's going to handle it. And if you're expecting a mint in box one, you will not get that. Your box could and will be damaged. But the figures inside are good. And so if you're a loose collector or you just want to make customs, lots of pieces, lots of parts. If you want to collect the box, you're going to have to find someone selling one that has a nice box, which is going to cost you a whole lot more than your $60. I can't believe they lobotomized the snakes. I'm so glad they didn't put like a spot like they've had their heads drilled or something, or robotic pieces on there. So in case you want to use these heads for other customs. So good job, Mattel, not destroying the heads to match the story. All right. Excellent. Anyway, I think that's about it. I've been chit-chatting for way too long. Chit-chatting away. I just love those cuffs. It took me so long to design them. So many different alliterations, so I finally got the perfect ones. And warning though, they can scratch really easily against the shield. So you may find the little tips of them getting scratched off once you put the shield on. So that part does kind of stink. All right. I think I'm done. Anybody else say anything? You're gonna get, yes, I got that one. Hey Todd, you think got that one? Oh man, I can. You can use Slamurai with Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, you definitely can. And like I said, mixing it with Beastman's parts is the coolest way to go. Man, look how cool that looks. Oh. Yep. And I've seen people do it with Slamurai too. I'm going to turn off this guy's eyes because they are just going to end up dying on me. There we go. Oh. Zoop. Zoop. Put the helmet back on. And I think that is a wrap. So until next time, like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now. Good journey, you guys.